You're on! J-Loves Trains here. I'm off to do a round 2 of the random station game in Greater Manchester. I did a round 1 of this back in winter and well, I didn't get very far with it. I remember thinking I'll come back out in the summer to do a second attempt. So yeah, here I am. So a reminder of how this game works then. Using my trusty online random station generator thingamabobs, I'm going to select stations within the county to travel to. But every time I choose a station, it has to begin with the letter that the previous station ends in. I keep going with this until either I don't have enough time to visit any more stations, or the game reaches a dead end. Alright, so first of all, I'm going to select a station at random out of all the ones in Greater Manchester, just to kick us off. I'm hoping Hindley isn't going to come up now. I know what the result will be if it does. And it is, oh, look what it is, Clifton. I'm glad I got down here early now. What time is the train to Clifton actually? Oh, better check. Well, I've come up with a quick plan to get to Clifton. I'm just going to hop on this class 158. The train direct to Clifton from Wigan Wallgate leaves at 08:05. It used to be a lot earlier than that. I remember getting there really early for it back in the Exploring the North West by Train series days. But yeah, if I was to go to Clifton, I would then end up inevitably walking to Swinton to continue on with the game. So I thought what I'll do, whilst I had over an hour until that direct train, I may as well go to Swinton first and then walk to Clifton and get the train from Clifton out of there. I very quickly just bought myself a Greater Manchester Day Ranger. Cost £9 this now, if it focuses. What's that? You don't want to get the train? Walk then.
We're now approaching Swinton.
It's going to take about half an hour to walk from Swinton to Clifton now, and I am excited to get back to Clifton actually, because when I think of that station, I think of that shelter. And was it a couple of years ago now when I was passing Clifton by on the train and I noticed there's a new shelter there. So yeah, can't wait to go and have a proper look at it. Great to see Big Baps and Little Baps still there. Well, is this another new shelter? Because I'm sure when I passed Clifton on the train a couple of years back, I saw like a wooden shelter out of the window. But yeah, this looks new. Got some seats in here, and it looks as though the yellow line has been repainted. It looks sweet. And yeah, the last time I was at Clifton, it was in the dark and I was waiting in that one-of-a-kind shelter on platform 2 and there was a flickering light. But day 20 of my Exploring the North West by Train series, that was the best day. It really does stick with me, that one. And it started off with me visiting Clifton and there was a beautiful Christmassy red sunshine. Sunrise. Calling sunrise is sunshine now. Right, I've got about 50 minutes until the train out of here, and Clifton sees 2 train services per day, one towards Manchester, which is the one I'm going to be hopping on, and then one towards Southport a bit later on at 6:20. I need to go cross over to platform 1. it's time to see where I'm off to next. So Clifton ends in the letter N, and there are 2 stations in Greater Manchester beginning with N, Navigation Road and Newton for Hyde. Which one am I off to? Newton for Hyde. Do you know what? I'm glad about that as well, because I'm pretty sure that there are engineering works going on along the Altrincham line today. I did have a quick check last night, and yeah, I think that's the only line where there's replacement buses on at the moment. Yeah, Newton for Hyde it is.
Welcome aboard this Northern train to Stalybridge.
And we're off. I will be back at Clifton one day, probably not anytime soon now that I've just been, but how me and Cyber Trades did a 7-hour wait at Pilning Station, I do want to do a, what would it be, 10-hour wait at Clifton. That sounds like fun. But anyways, I've got 3 trains to catch now to get to Newton for Hyde, starting with this one to Salford Crescent. Well, it's looking a little different here with the construction of a 3rd platform. I'll have to come back once that's opened and check it out. But I am now waiting for the next train to Manchester Piccadilly. And once I'm there, I think I'm going to go and pop to the little Sainsbury's, because I love a little Sainsbury's, me. And also, it has just been refurbished, the one at Piccadilly Station. Wow, I've never seen this entrance shut before. Just got myself a meal deal. It's gone up to £3.95 now, this, but this is my favourite one. You can actually get a sausage roll as a snack, and I love these no sausage rolls from Sainsbury's, my favourite ones. Right, is this Hurry train or class 323 that's going to be taking me to Newton for Hyde? This service departs Piccadilly at 09:33. It is a Hadfield one, and it's going to take 14 minutes to get to Newton for Hyde. And I am going to the same area that I went to last time I played the random station game in Greater Manchester, because yeah, I ended up having to go to Flowery Field, and Newton for Hyde is the next station up the line.
Welcome aboard this Northern train to Hadfield. The next station stop is Thatchers.
They're not that hairy, these orange 323s. It's the blue ones that are. I'm here at Newton for Hyde. This is, of course, my second visit to this station. I am just currently reminding myself what it looks like. And because there's a half-hourly service along the Glossop line, that allows me to spend a bit of time here. So, yeah, I've just had a look on maps, and there is a park called Hyde Park. I'm going to go have a walk to that. Do you know, I can't remember what I did at Newton for Hyde when I first visited. There's a chance I just stayed in the station and waited half an hour for the next train. I don't recall walking along this path, but yeah, I'll head to the park, see if I recognise that. It took about 15 minutes to walk here, and I don't think I've been to this park before. It's actually closer to Flowery Field than it is Newton for Hyde. I'm going to randomly select the next station I'm off to now. So Newton for Hyde ends in an E, and again, there's only 2 stations in Greater Manchester beginning with the letter E. East Didsbury and Eccles. Now, I already see a potential problem here because East Didsbury ends in the letter Y. And with visiting Hinley the last time I played this game, I know what's going to happen if East Didsbury comes up now. So yeah, I am really hoping for Eccles. Eccles, 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 Eccles. Yes! Yes! Happy days, the game can continue. I'm going to head back to Newton for Hyde. I've got plenty of time until my train off of there back to Manchester.
Thank you for traveling with Goulding today. So we have a safe and pleasant onward journey. Have a good day and a nice weekend. Thank you.
I've just made my way across to platform 14, ready for the 11:54 Liverpool Lime Street service, which will be calling at Eccles. And it started to rain now. A bit of summery falling water. The trains are getting a little bit busier now that it's gone midday on a Saturday, but I'm now here at Eccles, the third random station, which means I can celebrate because I've already bettered my score from last time. Yeah, I went to 2 random stations last time before the game ended. That was a shocking score. It needed to be beaten. But yeah, I'll definitely be able to get a 4th station in, and then we'll go onwards from there. I am hoping to visit quite a few today. I have been to Eccles a few times, not so much on the trains, but more on the Metro link. And you know what? I've always been quite taken by the place. But it is a little bit rainy now, so I'm immediately going to crack on and select the next random station to go to. So this time it's going to begin with the letter S. There are a few in Greater Manchester beginning with S. Let's see, where am I off to next? Swinton. Hang on, I was at Swinton. I was at Swinton this morning. I was wondering why that sounded so familiar. Oh my days. That's quite funny. Let's go. Maybe we'll go to Clifton and walk to Swinton. No, I'm not waiting around that long. I'm back in the station now, just having a walk along platform 1. Look at this. The images along this fence are of tickets for journeys from local stations that no longer exist. Only Eccles and Patricroft remain. So look at them. Eccles to Worsley, Eccles to Lee, Eccles to Little Hulton. Yeah, there's quite a few of them. But I've now got to catch 3 trains to get to Swinton, or to get back to Swinton. I'm going to start by riding to Manchester, not all the way to Piccadilly this time, just to Oxford Road. Yeah, there's a lot of back and forth with Manchester involved when playing this random station game. I have got a 2-minute changeover, and I'm pretty sure my train is already pulled in. I could have changed at Deansgate. I would have had less of a rush to the other platform if I'd have done that. But it is Salford Crescent I'm off to. And I think this might be my first time filming on a Blackpool North service since they've been operated by the 323s along with the 331s. I've got a 22-minute wait here now until I get on that train there, the 13:35 Headbolt Lane. And here I am back at Swinton. I'm not actually going to go out of the station. I went out there before, of course, and had a walk. and there is an Asda out there that I've been to before. And you know what? I don't actually need to run the random station generator thingy-mabobs here because I already know where it is I'm off to next. Oh, my next train's actually already pulling in now. But yeah, Swinton ends in an N, and I've already been to Newton for Hyde. The only other station beginning with N is Navigation Road. So that's where I'm off to, and this journey is going to involve a rail replacement. So to save changing at Salford Crescent again, I'm going to stay on this 150 to Manchester Victoria and then walk to Piccadilly from there. I'm deliberating getting the free bus, but do you know what? I was on it last week and it would have just been quicker to walk. I've made it to Piccadilly. Now usually I would be able to catch a Chester service which would call at Navigation Road, but because of engineering works I'm going to have to catch a train to Stockport and then a rail replacement from there. And I have decided I'm going to ride with Transport for Wales to Stockport. And look what it is. It's a Class 67 and Mark IV coach set.
Afternoon everyone and welcome aboard this 14:30 Transport for Wales service through to Cardiff Central.
With this train going to Cardiff, I really want to go to Cardiff now. Is it time for another trip yet? Soon, very soon. It's always time for a trip to Cardiff, isn't it? But for now, it's time for a trip to Navigation Road. So my next train is due at 14:58. Let's head on out to the front of Stockport station for that. I reckon it's probably this coach pulled in here.
Okay, everybody, so we've got a little bit of classic FM on for you all, so please sit back, relax, enjoy the ride, and we'll most certainly see you all on the other side. Thank you.
I've made sure to sit very close to the front, and I've got 15 minutes on here, not too long. Well, that was more like a 25-minute journey then, and I was hoping that that rail replacement would be on time arriving into Navigation Road, because I was planning just a 7-minute wait here until the next rail replacement back to Stockport, because they are every 2 hours, these rail replacements. But yeah, I'm not too sure, to be honest, whether I've missed that next one back to Stockport or not. But I'm going to head and have a look at Navigation Road Station. Well, here we are. This is the side for trains, not today of course, and then that's the side for trams. I've just made my way around the corner from the station to Navigation Park. I'm just having a sit down. I did a long walk the other week and I absolutely knackered in my left leg. I am trying not to walk around too much at the moment, but you know what I'm like, I just get carried away with it. But yeah, just gonna have a bit of a rest now. And I was just thinking as well, I could actually catch a tram from Navigation Road back into the city centre. But with Navigation Road being in Zone 4, it costs £4.60 for a single ticket. And with me travelling on this Day Ranger, yeah, I'd rather just stick to using that. So I'll just wait around for the coach. Time's flying by anyways. Right, let's see which station I'm off to next. This one is going to begin with the letter D. There are 4 of them. Denton is the problematic one. Davenport is a good shout. Let's see. Daisy Hill. So that's a coach to Stockport, back to Manchester, change over at Salford Crescent again, and then back up that same line to Daisy Hill. Usually when I ride trains, I stick my earphones in and listen to some tunes. I don't need to do that when I'm riding these rail replacements though. Got smooth radio on, playing some cracking songs. Off to Daisy Hill I go.
See you folks now arriving at Stockport. Please do check that you have everything with you when you leave the coach.
Happy days, I'm not feeling travel sick in the slightest after those coach rides. Yeah, it was a lovely little ride that actually, listening to the music. Right, let's get on into the station and catch a train to Piccadilly. Next up, I'm catching the 1833 Northern service. I'm back changing over at Salford Crescent again. I'm going to start losing count soon how many times I've been to this station today. But the previous Headbolt Lane service that I shouldn't have been able to connect onto is running about 20 minutes delayed. So yeah, I can catch that and get to Daisy Hill a little bit sooner than I expected. After a 25-minute ride on that 156, I'm now here at Daisy Hill. And I tell you what, that journey from Navigation Road to Daisy Hill absolutely flew by. Doesn't feel like 2 minutes since I was waiting for that coach. But anyways, do you reckon there's a hill with daisies on it at Daisy Hill yet? It is a lovely station name, this, innit? And it's close to Blackpool Tower. Oh look, a bit of flowing water. Holy Brook, that. Well, it is coming up to 8 o'clock and I've not reached a dead end with these random stations, which is great. But if I was to run that random station generator thingy-mabobs again, there is a chance that I would end up having to trek back to Manchester and all the rest of it. And yeah, I do need to get back to my bed tonight. So I think the sensible option is to end the game here. But round 2 has been far more successful than round 1 was. Like, this is what I thought was going to happen the first time, with it just going on and on and on. And also, I have managed to double my record score when it comes to this game, because it was 3 stations, my record, but now it's 6. Yeah, I'm well chuffed with how everything's gone. Right, I'm going to go get myself out of here. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.